Good evening and welcome to round 2 of the Race Spec Esports European series on PS4. This is the tier 1 category. So we're just going to get going here with the lobby loading up. Not the greatest turnout tonight, unfortunately, just with the 10 drivers. So hopefully we can get more for round 3. But we've had some cracking races in the regional series so far, both in round 1 and already in round 2 in the Pacific series earlier on. If you haven't seen that race, I highly recommend you go and check out the Pacific Tier 1 race. It was an absolute cracker. 18 drivers on the grid. Strategies all different up and down the field, and yeah, great battles all the way through. So let's hope we get more of the same, even though we've only got 10 drivers tonight in this race. Okay. Alright, so we've got a short qualifying session just got underway now. So 10 drivers, as you can see on the left hand side, we've got G Curabold, who's actually new to the series, or sorry, this particular tier anyway. For round 1 of the series, he actually drove for Ferrari in tier 2 and he won the race quite convincingly, so by nearly a minute, I think it was. So he's been moved up to the tier 1 category, which is more suited for his pace, I think. And his teammate, who in the Ferrari team, who won round 1 at Australia, Pure Driving, is unfortunately not able to make it tonight. So he's flying the flag for Ferrari, and he'll hope to have a strong performance in his debut race in this tier and get some points for his team. He's the only one out on track thus far. Just get some telemetry up. Alright. Also in the field, we've got TB230791 for Toro Rosso returning. Pachuca Baby for the Williams car. I believe he got the fastest lap in Australia, so he'll be one to watch out for. Ruslan returns in the Renault. Shunts is out there in the Mercedes. Chain Game Wow, who will be looking to improve his performance. He didn't have the best of races or qualifying sessions in Australia. George Zord in the McLaren, Brayley 14 is out there in the Red Bull, Hixie in the other Toro Rosso, so we've got both Toro Rossos in the field tonight, and also both McLarens, so with Craig Tommy Pugh. So have a look at Curabold on his first flying lap. Race nice and late into turn 1, down to second gear. Through the gears now. Poking TRS onto short straight. Doesn't choose a wide line into that corner. Nice and smooth through there though. It's not too bad first sector. Always got to watch the exit of that corner. There's a nasty bump that it feels like a glitch in the track map actually. When you hit it, it makes your car jump. It's kind of like, yeah, I think they should look at that. Yeah, this doesn't look like too bad a lap from Curabold. Goes a wide line into this corner. That's what you like to see, using all the track limits available to him. Comes up to the final corner now. Again, not choosing to use all the track on the entry. Comes across the line. What's the time going to be? 1:28.2. Not too bad for a first run. TB hasn't come out yet. The Chuka Baby, let's see what he can do through the last corner. Whether he can better Kurabold's time. He doesn't. He goes 1:29.2. So it's off the pace. Brayley, in the meantime, done a 1:28.6, and Shunt's 1:29.4 as he crosses the line. Got some guys on the outlaps now. Shane Game Wow's on a lap, so we'll just pick up on him as he's in the middle sector. I don't think he's got there, so he can. Oh yeah, he might be on a. This looks like an outlap actually. George still in the pits. Hixie is on a lap and he comes through the final corner. That Toro Rosso in the under the Bahrain lights, looking very nice. He crosses the line, goes second fastest. Ooh, very close at the top. 1:28.3, just less than a tenth behind provisional pole sealer Kurabold. So looks like we've got some challenges for the top. Now, because we only have 10 guys on the grid tonight, all 10 of these guys will be starting on the tyres they set their fastest qualifying time on. So, I've seen 4 guys commit to the soft tyres already. It'd be interesting to see if anyone goes with a different strategy and stays on either the medium or... I'd be surprised if we saw anyone stick to the hards, although there's a few guys out there at the moment on the hards, and we've got a yellow flag. Oh, and it's Rustland. Looks like he's had a little get off, but no damage done. And he'll be back in the pits to get a fresh pair of tyres and go again, I'd say. Okay. As we have Chain Game Wow coming across on his mediums, see what he can do. I think he is on a lap now actually, so on the hard compound tyres. Just going to double check this stream and making sure everything's all working properly for you guys. Alright, as we're going to have Chain Game now go through the final corner. Hopefully set a lap time here. He's just one of 3 guys haven't set a time yet. The line, and he goes 8th fastest, but he's on the hard compound tyres. He's done a couple of laps already. That was his first time lap, so not too bad really. That pace, Shunt's pace as well, would translate pretty well on softer compound tyres. Shunt's actually up there in 5th on the hard compound tyres, so that's looking pretty good. He'll probably be pretty encouraged by that pace and look to stay on a harder compound tyre. If he can stay in the top 5, maybe go out on the mediums later in this qualifying session and go faster again. Let's see if we can pick up anyone. This TB comes out finally, also on the hard tyres. Russell's in the pits, he's only been out once. Kurabel's still our provisional pole sitter. I think Brayley might be on a lap. Just right on board with the Red Bull driver. See if he can improve on his time. Oh, he goes a bit deep there. I think that might be that lap done. Oh, and Pachuca Babies had a spin on the medium compound tyres. Oh, actually it says he's on the soft compound, but just looking at his car, had yellow stripes on the tyres. So he's had a spin at the last corner. So we're down to the last 7.5 minutes here. So guys will be looking to finish this run they're on and get back to the pits kind of around the between 3 and 4 minute mark, so they can get out with maybe 2 to 2.5 minutes left to get a final run in before qualifying ends. Q-Roll's on another lap here. See if he can improve on his provisional pole time this lap. Yeah. Doesn't look like he was able to improve that lap. He's still on a 128.2. We'll see what Dixie can do on this push lap. Oh, there's a yellow flag somewhere. I think it's just someone going slow in the last sector. So Hicksy P2 at the moment, but only less than a tenth behind. So if he improves here, he's got a good chance of going on to pole position. Ooh, he's one a bit deep in that corner. Not the greatest camera angle for this corner, unfortunately. It's quite nice through there. Tricky little corner, that triple left-handed downhill. Easy to lock a front wheel, front left, as the car gets light going down that hill and send you off into the night sky basically. But when you get it right, it is very satisfying. And that didn't look too bad at all, as he's on the last little straight here before the final corner. Oh, and he's actually boxing, so mustn't have been up there. That's alright, still got 4 minutes left. Q-Bowl's in the pits as well. Brayley's on the outlap. Chuka Baby's on the outlap. TB looks like he's pushing quite hard. He's on the medium compound tyre. Let's see if he can move himself up on that softer compound. after setting his first time on the hards, I believe. He's also boxing, so a lot of guys are boarding and choosing to have a one last run. Craig Tommy Pugh also on the medium tyre, although his car is showing white tyres, but I think that's just a glitch. We'll go with it, what's on the UI here, which says medium tyres. Brayley's also going to be on a lap. We'll catch up with his lap after we finish riding on board with Craig. Oh, he runs very well there. I think he might have compromised that lap. Does he improve? 130.9, hard to tell. Alright, let's go on board with Brayley. As he comes around the final corner, DRS Open. Oh, and he goes second fastest with a 128.3. So it's getting even tighter at the top now. That's just half a tenth or 5/100ths, whatever you like to call it. So getting very, very close at the top there. I wonder if we're going to see any drivers dip into the 127s. We had quite a few dip into the 127s for Pacific Series Tier 1. Ruslan yet to set a time. He's only got 2 minutes and 15 seconds. Drivers should be making their way out of the pits now, as most of them are, as you can see. But Chuka Baby is going to come out, is he? Don't leave it too late, boys. There's TB back on the mediums. George staying in the pits. And Ruslan staying in the pits. I think it's too late to go for a lap now. They'll have to really hurry around the track. But I think that's going to be too late. As we pick up on Curabold, our provisional pulse here at the moment with a 128.274. He's on a lap. This will be his last push lap of the session. That Matt Ferrari down into the triple left-hander, that looks all nice and clean through there. There's looks like one of the Toroses getting out of the way there. The yellow flag is just for the slow car there, using all the track on entry of that corner. Not the fastest line through that uphill section, but it's not looking too bad. Down into the final corner. Can he improve on his time? He goes across. Yes, he improves. He goes into the 127s with a 127.9. So let's see if Brayley's in the pits. So he hasn't chosen to go out again. Can Hicksy improve? He's just starting his lap actually. Chain game well. He's out on the softs. This is critical for him. Ruslan has not set a time in this session, so he'll be starting from 10th place. But maybe he just wants to start on fresh tyres, so decent thought amongst that. As Chain Game Wow comes into the sector 3 and he's up 1.5 seconds, because this could be pole this time. I think we might be looking at our provisional pole sitter here. Well, maybe not our provisional, maybe our actual pole sitter. It's going to get a bit of tow as well. Shunts goes fourth, fastest. The chain game wow goes into well into the 127s with 127.3 and puts it on pole position. A great lap from the Haas driver, and that's more like it from him. We saw in Australia that he couldn't get it together in qualifying, so to put it on pole in Bahrain is a very good comeback. I wonder if we've got anyone else still on lap. We've got Hicksy. He's pitting, so here we'll start P5, and I think, ladies and gentlemen, that is our starting order. As Hicksy's nursing his car back to the pits. Very slowly. And that should be it. So that's qualifying done. Chain game Real is our pole sitter with a 127.3. Chikura bowled in P2 with 127.9, and then rounding out the top three is TB with a 128 flat. And Ruslan's the only guy not setting a time. Shunt, Jorzord and Craig Tongapu all electing to qualify on the medium tyres, so that is interesting. They will have a slight advantage in the race. So there's the order as you saw there. So both McLaren's 8th and 9th on the medium tyres. I wonder if that's a team strategy those guys talked about. It's not a bad one considering there's just the 10 drivers on the grid, and the softs really aren't going to last too long in this race. You're looking to take them 8 to 10 laps. 10 laps would be a really good effort to take them that long. So most people would be pitting between lap 7 and 9. Okay, and we move on to the race. As the drivers are just selecting their race strategies at the moment. Rusland lamenting his time management at the end of that session and didn't get out quick enough. Unfortunate for him, but that's the price you pay if you wait too long. And he didn't set a time all session, so. But he will be starting on nice fresh tyres that haven't done any laps at all, so not having set a time, I believe you can start on whatever compound you like as well. It's like starting outside the top 10, so he will have that advantage. I dare say he will be starting on the medium tyre, which means our 4 of our bottom 5 of this race will be on the medium compound. So good to see a mix-up of strategies in this race. Be very interesting to see if anyone on the soft compound tyre elects to try and pit onto the hard compound rather than do a 2-stop. So a 2-stop strategy would be go from the softs and pit onto another pair of softs, and then pit again for the mediums as the last stint. But it is possible, if you can look after those soft tyres early in the race, not to take too much out of them. If you can take them to maybe lap 9, 10, even further, would be extraordinary actually. But yeah, it is possible to go onto hard compound tyres. Why is this taking so long? Okay. Oh, right. I wonder if this is some kind of glitch. Yeah, this is taking far too long. Usually the guys only have I'm just trying to find out in the chat what's going on. There was a new patch, patch 1.7. I wonder if there's a little bug that's in that patch that is affecting the game at the moment. Okay, yeah, the same game is glitched. Okay, so what we'll do, we're just going to have to exit out of this screen, unfortunately, and we're going to set up a quick custom, a new lobby with a custom grid based on qualifying. So, yeah, unfortunate for the drivers, especially those guys qualified on the harder compounds. But yeah, we might have to do that, unfortunately. So let's. Okay, someone's saying they're on formation lap. That is not good because I can't see anything. Oh, we got some ticks now. I wonder if that's happening. Come on, let's go. We'll just give it. Russell's left. Okay. GG Cody's. Alright, we've got 6 guys with ticks now. Can we get these last 3 in? Press the PS button. Okay. Okay, we're gonna have to abort this session, unfortunately. Sorry for our viewers, but yeah, we're just gonna have to close this. Quick to main menu. I'll just stay with the stream for the moment while we work this stuff out. Alright, so the plan is we're setting up a new lobby at the moment, and we're going to do a custom grid based on the qualifying results, and everyone is to start on the same tyres they qualified with, so that's probably the most fair way we can do it. Unfortunately, I'm not sure what happened with the session, but let's hope that isn't a recurring thing for unranked lobbies. Because, yeah, as you can probably tell, that's not ideal. We're just waiting for an invite at the moment, and as I say that, there it is. Okay. So, our apologies to anyone watching for. Oops, I'll just go mute. Mute all. Apologies to anyone watching for a little delay there, but yeah, we'll get going as soon as possible. The guys are just selecting their cars at the moment, and I think hopefully maybe we can get a custom grid happening. Oh, it's my assist, not to worry. Okay, looks like we do have all, oh no, we're missing someone. We've got 9 drivers in the session. Okay, trying to work out who that is. Just waiting for one driver now. Let's get in. There he is. Cool. Now we got 3. Okay, Park Ferme will have to be off, unfortunately. Park Ferme is still set on, but I'm sure they'll fix that. Yep. Okay, looks like we're loading up, so the grid is sorted. Okay, we'll do a little retake of this. So again, our apologies for the technical issue, but yeah, it looks like we're going to have the same 10 drivers in order. Hopefully on their same tyres they qualified on. Hopefully no one takes any liberties to change that. But yeah, no tyre wear for any of these guys now, so Fingers crossed this works this time, and we aren't cursed or something like that, but I think, yes, session starts in 25 seconds. Good stuff. Alright, so we've got our pulse hitter chain game wheel, and then G Curabold in second place, and I believe it was Hixie in third place. I might be wrong. But yeah, very eager to get this one underway. Let's see how we go. Okay, and looks like we're in luck this time, so as the drivers up. Oh wow, they're actually racing. Okay, so there wasn't a formation lap. Okay, lap 1. No formation lap, so we got Chain Game Wow still taking the lead. Looks like Vachuka Baby's had it off. So that caught me unaware, sorry, without the formation lap, but good to get underway so quickly. This Chain Game Whale leads us away from Curabold and shunts us up 3 positions, Rosson's up 6 positions. Looks like there's another yellow flag. Oh, and Curabold's getting nice and close to Chain Game Whale already. Okay, it looks like most guys have stuck to their qualifying tyres, which is good to see on the system there. Oh, and Curabold getting really close. We'll stay with this battle for the lead. His first lap battle. As he has a look down the inside, is he gonna put it down the inside on the first lap? There he goes. Chain Game Wow come back at him. He'll have the slipstream. Is he going to get squeezed here? No, he's gone full on the inside. Oh, and there's a bit of contact. Oh, a bit of rubbing and banging there, but I think it's all good. So Chain Game Wow retakes the lead. Long race, of course. 29 laps. These guys have to take the soft tyre a long way if they want to do a one-stop strategy. So further down the field, yeah, big loser in the start there was TB. He's 25 seconds off 10th place already. Oh, and there's been a spin. Vachuka Baby goes around. Oh, and Craig Tommy Hughes picked up a 5-second penalty for a collision with Vachuka Baby. So, Vachuka Baby, sorry. Another yellow flag. TB might have pitted early on for, maybe he had wing damage, but he'll be playing catch up. All he's got to do is finish the race, and like all the drivers, if they finish today, they will score points. Just having 10. Clayton and Pew with 3-second penalty for cutting. Well, that's if they don't get disqualified, of course. Oh, and Curabold's in the pits early. I wonder if something's happened. Our second place driver, oh, and he needs a new front wing, so there's been contact somewhere. This is going to hurt the Ferrari driver, so new front wing goes onto the Ferrari, and he's going to come out in 9th place. So that's compromised his race, but he'll definitely need to stop again as well. The good news is for him, he'll have, well, he's gone onto a fresh set of mediums, and he'll have a fresh set of hards for the end of the race, and with 3 laps gone already, he'll be able to push pretty hard the whole race, and not really have to worry about tyre wear. So, see if he can make a good recovery. So his recovery drive starts now. Going back to the front. Chain Game Wow has a nearly 4 seconds lead, and there was just a pass. Oh, there's a bit of battling going on here between Brayley and Craig. Brayley comes out on top. Oh, and George in front has a spin. I think he maybe took too much curb. So around the corner comes Hicksy now. Toro Rosso drivers are not having a great start to this race. Hicksy down 3 positions. And TB down 7. I think he had to pit early. Ruslin's in now. Has he got damage? Has Ruslin got damage? Lap falls very early to come in and pit on the medium tyres. Looks like there's a new wing going on there, so yes, he would have had damage, and he's going onto the hard tyre. So some guys having a bit of trouble keeping it clean at the start of the race. It's been an eventful opening 4 laps. I think not having a formation lap would have caught some of these guys out. I mean, it's probably good for us that it saved a bit of time, but it did certainly caught me out. And it probably would have caught some of these other guys out as well. Sometimes you just need that formation lap to kind of get the feel for the tyres you're on and calm your nerves a little bit, but having the session start straight away and go straight to the start like that, yeah, certainly a bit different. Yeah, so confirming that Curable, TV and Ruslan have all stopped for new front wings and new tyres. Looks like this is the closest, or one of the closest battles. Oh, looks like the Chip Baby's all alongside Brayley. He's going to get the move done with DRS. Oh, he's close. Oh, and Brayley goes for the absolute Hail Mary dive bomb. And it looks like he's made it stick. Oh, is he going to squeeze Pachuca Baby? No. Oh, yes. Pachuca Baby gets it done. That was a bit exciting. It's a good little battle here between Pachuca Baby and Brayley. Brayley making his Race Spec Esports debut tonight in the Red Bull. He missed round 1, I believe. So showing he's pretty racy, which is good. Now we have this 3-way battle for 3rd place. It looks like George Ord's managed to get around Hicksy. Ooh, excuse me. So battle for 6th place as well. We'll go back to this battle though, as these guys will have DRS. Sorry. And Brayley just dropped off a little bit, but Pachuca Baby going to make a move down the inside, is he? Oh, on the stop tyres. It's a good move. He's going to have to leave room on the inside. He does that pretty well, to be fair to him. And Craig takes position back. So good driving from both guys. George picks up a 3-second time penalty. Running a bit wide there, Craig. Not getting the greatest of camera angles in this race, unfortunately, so we'll just make do. Oh, as Chucker Baby gets a bit sideways out of tight left-hander and going to go side by side into this section. Oh, he's been squeezed a little bit. I think there was just a little bit of contact, but for the most part, that wasn't too bad. Rubbing is racing, as they say. Craig's doing well on the mediums to keep hold of this position, but the Chukka Baby looking very, very racing on these soft compound tyres. He's going to have another go at him here. He'll have DRS, should clear him fairly easily. Around the outside he goes, down into turn 1, and the Chukka Baby concedes that one. So, oh sorry, Craig concedes to the Chukka Baby. Brayley has just dropped off these guys. Oh, and Craig picks up a 3-second penalty. Oh, he's coming back at him. Down the inside, there's a bit of contact. It's a good little battle. Oh, and there's more contact. Chukka Baby. Ooh, and Craig's run very wide. Does that open the door for Brayley? Yeah, but it's allowed the Chukka Baby to get that little bit of breathing room. Oh, as Brayley runs very deep, and that'll cost him some time. Yeah, he's the second back already. So a bit of a mistake there from the Red Bull driver. All the cars look fantastic under lights at Bahrain, must be said. Maybe except for the Ferrari actually in the matte paint, but they all look pretty good. So this is still the closest battle. Oh, as Chain Game Wows dived into pits. So has he committed to a 2-stop race? Going on to the mediums on lap 8, I think he has. So, committed to the 2-stop, Chain Game Wow. That's going to put some other people in the race here. Oh, as Brayley looks like he had a look there on Craig. This guy's getting pretty close. And Chain Game Wow coming out just behind this battle for 3rd place. Oh, Russell picks up a 3-second penalty. Oh, it looks like Craig went very wide through there, and Chain Game Wow has made a pass. Has he made it stick? Looks like he has. He's got around Brayley. TB sets the fastest lap in the race, so it looks like he might have pitted again. Yeah, TB's pitted again, so he might have had yet another incident. You don't want to be pitting twice in the first 8 laps. Otherwise, Chain Game Wow's going to have a look down the inside into the last corner. He'll get DRS too. Maybe a bit more patience would serve him better then. He will get DRS down the straight. Hopefully he didn't pick up damage then. Rubbing wheels with Craig. Going to go down the outside. Craig leaves him room. That's the job done nicely into turn 1 on those fresh medium tyres. Probably should have just waited to do that down the straight rather than try and chuck it down the last corner. Anyway, but he got it done eventually. So Shunts now is in the lead, up 5 positions. Chukka Baby also up 5 positions in P2. Yet to stop yet both those guys. Chain Game Wow up to 30 has stopped. He's doing the 2-stop strategy, so Craig also up 5 positions. Hicksy's kept his position in P5, and George's up a couple. Curabold and TB are the big losers, Brayley as well. All dropping at least 4 positions. So those guys all on recovery drives. As you can see, I'll leave it on the tyre data. So it looks like Chain Game Wow's really caught for Chukka Baby. Will he show more patience this lap? No, he's going to go for it again. Around the outside, he might not get. Oh, as for Chukka Baby. Oh, looks like he was squeezed there. by the half, and is he coming in pits? No. Chain Gang Wow starts the fastest lap of the race. So Chain Gang Wow not showing any kind of he's not waiting around is what I'm trying to say. Not waiting for DRS assistance to get moves done. He's going to chuck it into the last corner if he's got the pace. So yeah, not mucking around the Haas driver. So back into P2 he goes, and he's got a 9-second gap to Shunt, who's yet to stop. So he's basically our our race leader after all pit stops are done. This battle is still the closest one on the track as Cray runs it a bit deep there. Very tricky corner, as I was saying earlier. He has lost that time. He's dropped out of DRS range. So he's lost about a second there to Vachaka Baby, unfortunately. So Vachaka Baby on the soft tyres, yet to pit. I think he might be going for a one-stop onto the hard tyres. So I think he's the one to watch, actually. Definitely the one to watch. Only 3 seconds back from Chain Gang Wow, who has pitted already. Yeah, he will have to have a very clean race if he keeps on going. So yeah, I think he's definitely going to try. Oh, he's struggling now, as you can see there, out of that corner for grip. Those soft tyres will be given up pretty soon. I wouldn't be surprised to see him in this lap. And Craig's caught all the way back up to the back of the Williams. Oh, there's a yellow flag somewhere on the track. We'll just stay with this battle. For the moment, there's still a yellow flag. I'm not sure who that was. It looks like whoever it is got going again. Oh! Ooh. Craig back in DRS of the Chucker Baby. So wouldn't be surprised to see the Williams in this lap. It's running in no DRS mode at the moment, so despite having 75% battery, so interesting call from the Williams guy. And into the pits he comes. Oh, and Craig, is he let to stay out? Last second he has. Oh, and Chucker Baby picks up a 5-second penalty for speeding in pit lane. That's the cardinal sin in league racing. He's picking up unnecessary penalties like that one. I mean, there's barely any time to be gained by going fast, and onto the hard compound tyres he goes, so he is one stopping, but that penalty's gonna hurt him in his quest to get onto the podium. And it comes out in P8 behind Brayley, who's on 3-lap old hard tyres. He'll be looking to go to the end as well. And of course, he doesn't have the 5-second penalties that Vachuka does, so looks like Brayley's actually not in a bad position. The 4 guys on medium tyres that are yet to pit, Shunt, Craig, Hixie and Jordord, all will be looking to go onto the hard tyre to one stop as well. So that is the optimal strategy, and that's exactly why those guys qualified on the medium tyre. What Vachaka Baby's doing, going from soft to hard, is also possible. Also, well, gives you a better qualifying position. Obviously, you can qualify on the soft tyre, but it's probably just a bit more difficult. You really have to look after those soft tyres in the first stint. So, having come out on the hard tyres now, he can push a bit more. Jord's in. So is he going to go onto the hard compound tyres? The McLaren crew have them ready. Oh, and he's being held. He's being held. Oh, and away he goes. He couldn't find his clutch there, Jordord, and that's going to hurt him. Pit assists are, of course, off for league racing, so no one gets an advantage that way. But yeah, that was a very long pit stop for the McLaren team. He's coming out in P9. Field a bit more spread out now. TB's more than a minute back. Is he lapped down really? He's nearly a lap down on Shunts. Shunts is coming through the final corner now, and TB's nearly a lap down. He's not having a great day, but the Toro Rosso man. Oh, it's not your day, and Shunts is in the pits from the lead. Onto the hard tyres he goes. Where's he going to come out? Is he going to keep second place? Oh, Craig's in the pit and Hicks is in the pit too, so those last three guys yet to pit have come into the pits. So everyone has stopped now. And those guys will be going to the end on the hard tyre. Curebold's now made up his way back onto the podium. He is on 11 lap old medium tyres, so he will need to pit again. Whether he can whack another set of mediums on, or whether he elects to go with the hards, remains to be seen. But yeah, we'll have to just keep an eye on that one. So Shunts has come back out in second, up 4 positions. Russell up 5 positions, so field evening themselves out now. Oh, Pachuca Baby's in the pits again. Oh, I wonder what happened to him. He was in such a good position. Oh, and he's gone onto the medium tyre, so he... Oh, okay, it's going to be touch and go to see if he can go to the end there. But, yeah, I wonder what happened to the Williams driver. He might have had an incident with someone, or... usually the only reason why I'd pit is if you spun out and your tyre temps were really out of control, that you couldn't get them back down again, or if you got significant wing damage that required you to make another pit stop. But yeah, it's a shame for Williams. So he's one of 2 drivers to make 2 stops. There will be a few other drivers making 2 stops. I expect Curebold and maybe Russland to stop again. Chain Gang Wow has to stop again as well. So Russland picks up a penalty. Chain Game Wow, 18-second lead. So he's really going to make that 2-stop work. And what a difference a week makes. He had an absolute shocker in Australia, both in qualifying and the race. I don't think he set a time in qualifying, and then he DNF'd in the race. So that's just about as bad as you can get. Apologies if that's not the case, Shane going well. But from my memory, I think that's what happened. And someone else is in the pits again. I think it's TB. He's going on to the medium tyre, so he'll be going to the end on those pretty comfortably. 13 laps. Ooh, we do have an inter-team battle here with Craig. He's caught the back of Jordord. These guys on pretty fresh rubber going to the end. Not where the McLaren drivers would like to end up though. Let's see if Craig can close in on his teammate and get the move done. Closing, looks like he's going to make it. Oh, it looks like Craig might have let him go a little bit, and there's a yellow flag in sector 2. George pretty kind to his teammate there, didn't fight it too much, but Craig gets the DRS in the next straight as well. So there's no chance of instant reply from George, but we'll see if he can stick with Craig. I love this helicopter shot. There really needs to be an option to just put it on helicopter shot. There was as I mentioned earlier, there was quite a big patch released by Codemasters for the game today, right before this particular league race. But I wonder if that was the cause of the little bug we had that made us all stuck in between sessions after qualifying. But remains to be seen. If that keeps happening, that's something they're going to have to fix pretty quickly, I think. Because that's not going to work for league racing. But in the patch notes, there was something about helicopters will no longer go too fast or something. So yeah, a lot of people were devastated about that particular patch note. Oh, it looks like Curabolt's been in the pits, going onto medium tyres, so he'll be going to the end of the race on those, making a charge. He comes out in front of the McLaren, so not bad. This inter-team battle with McLaren is still the closest one on track, so we'll keep with this one. These extreme close-up camera angles are not the greatest, must be said. That's a bit better. George's just hanging on to Craig, his teammate, in the DRS zone. He's got a fair bit of battery left. Craig is running a bit low. So will George be just saving his ERS, maybe charging his battery a bit in the DRS zones for a few laps to charge his battery and then make an attack on his teammate. He's in with half a second now. It's right on board with him. He's got the DRS. He's just in medium, so it doesn't look like he's trying to make a move now. Well, he's catching. Oh, he's backed off a little bit. Interesting little lift there from him. We do have a. Oh, and the Chucker Baby has chucked it around. That is the third last corner. If you do catch the curbs there, they are deadly and will throw you around. Let's hope he doesn't have to make a third pit stop. No, he keeps on going. So back to this little inter-team battle here. Although it is pretty tame, I think George was happy to follow his teammate, as shown by the little lift he did at the end of the pit straight last lap, on this lap, sorry. Just happy to sit in his DRS. He's still running in high, medium ERS, so he could be charging his battery under the DRS there, but he's opting not to. There's Craig. Craig's got charging a little bit. Oh, he runs very wide out there. It's not the optimal line through that corner. Looks like Curbold is catching Hixie slowly with that gap down to just 2.2 seconds. It's on 2-lap-old medium tyres, Hixie on 5-lap-old hards. So Curbold will have the tyre advantage for the last stint, you would have to say. Curaball now 2 seconds behind. Under 2 seconds now, so closing pretty rapidly to Hicksy. As Craig and Georgezord aren't really battling, so we'll let them just carry on. Catch up with some other guys. So Hicksy's might actually be catching Russell as well. Well, he will be because he's on 10 lap younger hard tyres. Oh, and another yellow flag. Who we got? Is that the Chuck Baby again? Or he's not having a good time, the Williams driver. Oh, he's lost a fair chunk of wing there as well. So he was up, he was up on the podium positions at one stage, but he's really not having a good time of it in this race. He will have to make a third pit stop, unfortunately, for a new wing. We'll see if he can put the soft tyres on. He might be able to go for fastest lap as well. But yeah, not a great race for the Chucker Baby. He will bring home some points for Williams though. Whether it will be 2 or 3 remains to be seen if he gets fastest lap or not. They're still chain going well. Yet to pit onto, yeah, I assume he'll be going onto the soft compound tyres for the end of the race as well. So he'll have a good chance of setting the fastest lap. Pretty lonely race for him at the moment with nearly a 22-second lead on Shunts, but of course Shunts is on the one-stop strategy, so it's going to be tight for a pit stop. I think Chain Game Wow's doing enough at the moment to hold that gap to get out back out in front in the lead of the race, so we'll keep an eye on that when he does pit. Brayley looks like he's holding down third place pretty comfortably. He's Chucker Baby speeding in pit lane again. That's his second penalty of that type today, so compounding his woes. And we'll see if TB can actually move up while he's in the pits. Oh, another yellow flag. Oh, it looks like, who was that? Oh, TB's had a spin, as I was saying, seeing if he could capitalise on Chucker Baby's mishaps, but looks like he's having his own troubles. And all the drama. Looks like Georgezord is going to make a move on Craig. So the niceties of the teammates has ended, and looks like Georgezord has moved up in front of his teammate. And in all that as well, Russland has pitted for the soft tyres, so he's one that could set the fastest lap of the race as well. So we now got 3 drivers that could potentially set the fastest lap. Everyone else should be going to the end. See if... Oh, look out, Curebold has caught Hicksy as well. This is a battle for position. Both these guys will be going to the end. Oh, and there's a bit of... Oh, on our screen at least there was a bit of... looks like there was desync, but it looks like that was a pretty clean move from Curebold in the end, past 60. So 4th place. Can he catch now Brayley? He's 4.5 seconds back from the Red Bull and get on the podium here. That would be a good recovery drive from the Ferrari driver who had to pit early for wing damage. We'll keep an eye on that. Hicksy's dropped off already. Curebold has the fastest lap, so he has that extra point at the moment. Brayley's in the pits. Wow. So it didn't feel like he could go all the way to the end, Brayley, on his tyres, but he's going to lose out here. There was only 7 laps left, so... I think he maybe could have got to the end. Anyway, so he might be able to go the fastest lap, and Georgezord's been re-overtaken by Craig. So these 2 teammates absolutely going hammer and tong now after some laps of kind of, you know, saying to each other, you first, but now it's getting to the business end of the race, and these guys want those extra points. So Jordzord has the better of it at the moment. He does have 1 lap younger tyres. Both these guys on the hards going to the end. Chain Game Wow has pitted and come out just behind Shunts. But you'd have to imagine he made short work of this. He has made very short work of that. Back into the lead he goes. So the 2-stop strategy working an absolute treat for Chain Gang Wow. I wasn't sure whether he'd come out in front or behind Shunts. As it turned out, it was just behind. Chuck and Baby sets the fastest lap of the race. I think Chain Gang Wow might be setting the fastest one this lap, if his pace is anything to go by. So looks like he just has to hang on for the last 6 laps and he'll have a victory. Russell sets the fastest lap now. So we've got 4 drivers who could potentially pick up the extra point for fastest lap. I would expect Chain Game Wow to take it on this lap, but that still leaves another 5 laps for guys to have another go at it. And Craig still right behind his teammate Jordzord. Chopped off a little bit. He would like to stay in that DRS range. Kind of right on the bubble now. Let's see if he gets it. I think he might have just dropped outside there. Oh, he does pick it up. Very lucky. So he's running pretty low, and Chain Game Wow does do the fastest lap of 1:29.8 or 0. But yeah, not surprising there from the Haas driver. He's having a very, very good race and qualifying, despite the technical difficulties. This has been the closest battle on track. Actually, TB has caught the back of Chuck the Baby, so but for Chuck the Baby might have just got past. Actually, I might have missed that, because he is on 3 lap old soft tyres and TB's on 8 lap old mediums, so it'll be very difficult for TB to overtake unless he has an outright pace advantage. That would have to be pretty significant, because the Chuck Baby has a very big tyre advantage at the moment. Hicksy has kind of hung on to the back of Kuribol there, 1.2 seconds, so not a bad effort from the Toro Rosso man. Can he actually close in and get within DRS? It'd be a good effort by the Toro Rosso guy. It'd be good to have a battle for podium position, but looks like Kiribol's just slowly extending that gap. As Craig has dropped out of DRS and picks up a time penalty as well, so I don't think Jordzord has a penalty, so looks like Jordzord might come out on top on that team battle after all. And TB's, he has caught and he's going to make a move on for Chucker Baby. So he does have an outright pace advantage, but Chucker Baby not having a good day at all. Can TB pick up an extra point here? He's got the position, and with DRS. So yes, into 9th place he goes. Both these guys not having a good day, but will score points, of course. Everyone in the race will score points, as there's only 10 runners. It's a good little battle here for 9th place though. Shunts picks up a 3-second penalty. I don't think that will affect him too much. He's only got 3 laps to go, and he's got a 17-second lead over Curbold or P2. Oh, Chuck Baby! Oh dear! Well, I don't know how he missed the Toro Rosso driver right in front of him there. But yeah, probably a good idea to give that position back. Not having a good day, as I said, but veering right into the back of TB. The end of the straight there. It's not even that TB was moving around in the braking zone or anything, just clean hit him. So one to forget for the Williams driver. Despite the tyre advantage, he's losing in this battle as well. Runs a bit wide in that corner, and I think that's going to mean he won't pick up DRS. Maybe just got it. Yeah, just got it. Pixie is still closing on Curbold, so we'll see if that actually develops for a battle for the podium position. And yeah, it looks like the Chucker Baby's now a second behind, so he won't be able to make a charge at the moment. Oh, and looks like George's around. Well, he is. They're the worst camera angle possible, so that's fine. Great. Yeah, he's given up positions to Brayley and Ruslan as well, so I think Craig was a little bit behind him, so he's given up position to Craig, Brayley and Ruslan, so he's lost 3. Oh, and he's had to pit. He's got wing damage, yeah, wing damage both sides, so it looks like he has collected the barrier. But does this mean, actually, it does mean we're going on soft tyres with a new front wing. This will give him the opportunity to pick up an extra point. So, 8th place gets 4 points. If he gets an extra point, he will get 5. But he was running in 5th place, which was 10 points. So he's basically thrown some points away there. Unfortunately. Oh, and hang on a second, Hicksy has caught Curbold, and he looks like he is in DRS range, so we will have battle for the podium going into the last 2 laps. Chuka Baby's caught TB again, so those guys are all battling for that 9th position still. I just want to keep on this battle, maybe for the last lap. Does Hicksy have DRS? Yes, he does. We're closing in. So he'll get one more run down the pit straight to try and overtake Curbold for P3. In the meantime, looks like the Chucker Baby. Oh, the Chucker Baby and TB. We just caught the end of that battle, but those guys are still going at it. The Chucker Baby doing the right thing and waiting for people to go past before he enters the track. I'm not quite sure what happened there. We went on board with Chucker Baby. He was in the gravel. Looks like there was some coming together with TB, so those guys fighting pretty hard. We'll go back to Hicksy. Oh, he has caught up. He's got 41% battery. What's Curbold on? He's got hardly any. 6%. So the Ferrari is under the pump here. I think he might be getting lined up by Hicksy. Going into this last lap now. We're on. Can Jortord make the fastest lap in as well? Let's see if Hicksy can get a move done. Oh, he sends it down the inside. Can he break it? Oh, as Curbold teleports on my screen, looks like there's just a bit of connectivity issues. Oh, he's teleporting all over the place, so that's not great. I wonder if that's the case for Hicksy. I hope not. Keep in mind I am on the other side of the planet to these guys. This being the European series and I'm commentating from Australia. Well, but this battle going on, the P3. Looks like Hicksy's got the move done, has he? Or has Craig teleported again? Okay, I keep getting a bit of lag. Oh, Ruslan's got around. Oh, Brayley's had an incident. Anyway, we'll go back with Hicksy. Chain game, wow. Just wins the race. What a race from the Huff driver. Congratulations to our race winner. Chain game well. Led start to finish really. Made the two-stop work. Wins comfortably by nearly 16 seconds to Shunts. Now, who's going to come home in third place? Is it going to be Curabold? Looks like it is. Looks like Curabold's going to hang on. Penalties might come into play. Yeah, looks like Curabold hangs on. So Curabold P3, Hicksy P4. Craig Tommy Pugh. TB comes home in P9. Craig Tommy Pugh in P5th. Russell in P6. Brayley with that damaged front wing, so it looks like he had an incident late in the race, but he's able to hang on for P7. And Jordzord, oof, might be pushing for the fastest lap here. Almost fresh softs. Can he get it done? Get an extra point. Be the last one across the line in P8. Don't think he did, but he picks up P8. So that's it. Not the most exciting race, but a bit of action on track. The battle between the McLarens was good, and the battling between the Chaka Baby and TB at the P9 was pretty good as well. So you can see our podium place drivers, Chain Game Wow with the win, Shunts in second, and Curabold in P3. Congratulations, guys. Well deserved. A good recovery drive from Curabold. It's a pity he had the incident early on. He might have challenged Chain Game Wow for the victory, but we'll have to see if he can do that in China. So there's your race results. Chain Game Wow with the victory. Shunts in P2, Curabold P3, Hicksy P4, Craig Tommy Pugh P5, Russ in P6, Brayley P7, Jordzord P8, TB P9, and the Chaka Baby P10. All but 3 drivers picking up penalty. Chain Game Wow, Curabold and Hicksy were the drivers not to pick up a penalty. But yeah, well done to Chain Game Wow. Pole position and led the race start to finish pretty comfortable in the end. So yeah, good race from him. So that's been round 2 of the European series on PS4, tier 1 of this series. There is a second tier. So unfortunately we don't have a commentator for that particular series at the moment, but we hope from next week we'll be able to stream that tier as well. So thanks for the 10 drivers for putting on a good race, and hopefully we get a few more next week. We did have quite a few late withdrawals, unfortunately, but you know, 10's not terrible. It's not great, but it's not terrible. So yeah, hopefully we can get a few more next week and have a bit more action up and down the field. But yeah, there's plenty more racing coming up. We've got the America series on all platforms. Oh, in about, when is that? It is in about 4.5 hours. So join us for that. So we'll have the PS4 race live streamed. I'll be back commentating for that one. Got some very fast drivers in there. SRB won the race last week, but I believe he's not racing this week, so chance for someone else to take the championship lead. BSR Marquezes came second, so he'll be favourite to take the victory tonight in round 2. So join us for that one. But yeah, thanks for joining us. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel to stay up to date with all our live stream races. Thanks for joining us. I'll see you for the next race.